Hello, hello, hello. Grab a seat and let's move our feet. Okay, you're just gonna need a chair for this practice, and you're gonna start seated with your feet right underneath your knees, and then rest your hands in your lap, close your eyes, and immediately drop your awareness to the center of your body. Take a slow breath into the tube of your core, let it expand on all sides. And take a strong exhale through your lips and contract all the muscles of the tube in towards center. Do that 2 more times, finding an effortless expansion. And then an effortful contraction. One more round, effortless expansion, all sides of your tubular core. And then exhale, effortful contraction. Now keep that effortful contraction alive. Take a big breath in. And then you can pick up your left foot and hug your left knee in towards your chest any amount. And then find sharp exhales as you pull your knee towards your nipple. Keep your knee close to your chest, and then leave your knee there and reach your arms forward. And then 10 more sharp exhales to pull your knee towards your nipple. Put your right leg down, left, and then stand up. Push your hips forward, lean your heart back, take a big breath in. And then exhale, slowly sit back down. Then have an inhale, find the effortless expansion. Exhale, effortful contraction to pick up your right leg. And then sharp exhales, pulling the knee, using the strength of your arms. Keep the knee there, and then reach your arms forward. And then 10 more pulses. Put your right leg down, stand up. Push the pelvis forward while scooping the tail underneath. Lean your heart back, but don't let your ribs flare up like that. And then sit back down as you exhale. Okay, and then on your next inhale, keep that pressure of your tube and come up to your tiptoes. And then exhale, lower the heels super slow-mo. Okay, do it again, but then put a ton of pressure into your big toe mounds and your small toe mounds. And then keep that pressure in your calves as you lower your heels back down. 2 more times like that. Go slow and powerful. Push all the toe pads into the earth. Big and small toe mounds are digging down. You're getting high, high, high through your heels. And then you're keeping the tension in your calf as you lower your heel back to the earth. Okay, one more. Arbitrary counting. Hello calves, hello shins. Okay, and then you're gonna walk your feet about a step forward. This time, you're gonna lift all of your toes, only toes, as high as they'll go, and then put them back down. And then again, just toes, just toes. Can you keep the big and small toe mounds grounded? Put the toes back down, 2 more. Now notice, it's hard for me to pick up my pinky toe, so I'm gonna put so much attention and effort there until it bends to my will, literally, and then I'll put it back down. 1 more of these. But notice where your deficit is and put a little more energy there. Come on, pinky toes. Then put the toes down. Okay, and you'll lift them up 1 more time. And then step your feet 1 more step forward. Get your heels onto the earth, and then push your heels into the ground strong, so much so your hamstrings turn on, and maybe your pelvis tucks a little bit. And then just take a big breath here. And then as you find a forceful exhale, push your heels even harder to the ground. Yeah, start to shake a little bit. Keep that alive. And then start to hug the heels towards one another so there's like an adduction feeling. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Push the heels harder, hug the heels closer together energetically. And then on your next exhale, start to push the heels not only down into the floor, but out to the sides of the room. Push, push, push. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Soft face, calm mind, super strong, super working body. Work the toes too. Keep the heels going down. Push the heels out. Last big breath here. And then just return your feet towards a normal seated stance, and then bring your back away from the chair, and then close your eyes for a moment, and then drop your awareness back into your tubular core. And then see if you can find that 360-degree inhale, expanding through the sides and the low back as much as the belly. And then let your awareness sink lower to the base of the tubular core and feel where the legs plug into the hips. And then really kind of illustrate that space with your mind. Give it some breath, attention, energy. Next, exhale, find your pelvic floor like a horseshoe, and then see if you can kind of lift that horseshoe up and forward. Okay, now keep the pelvic floor alive, and then start to pick up your left leg again. And then grab your shin, and then assist yourself putting your left foot over your right knee. Make sure that the ankle bone goes beyond the thigh bone. And then from here, see if you can work your right knee towards the floor. You can use the strength of your, left knee towards the floor. You can use the strength of your left arm down, down, down a little bit. And then slow and powerful, pull your toes towards your shin. Keep that. Start to lift the toes towards the ceiling. Start to point the foot like a dancer. And then wing the toes down towards the floor. And then we'll make 2 more circles, rotating out the range of the ankle. Now again, notice your energy. Can you keep your mental calm and your physical powerful? Switch directions with the foot. Notice how your right knee probably wants to hike up. Try not to let it. And by right, I mean left, and it's so hard to mirror. Thanks for bearing with me. And then just 1 more circle here. Okay, and then from here, reach your arms forward. And then it doesn't have to do this, but can you lift the left ankle up off of the right knee any amount? And then notice if you want to really pick up your knee, try and leave the knee down and lift the ankle up at the same time. You're just here for 3 more big breaths. Maybe you drop your awareness into your tubular core again. You get that horseshoe of the pelvic floor to lift up, lift up, lift up. Last breath. Okay, and then release your left foot down to the ground. Scoot it pretty far out to the side, and then just let the knee fall in towards center. And go back and forth for a breath or 2. And see if you can regain as much peace as possible in the interim. It's good to have a leg. It's good to have 2, right or left. Even if I can't remember which one is which. Okay, find your tube, breathe into it. And then pick up your right leg. Use your hands to take the right foot onto the left knee. And then use your right hand to push your right knee down slightly. Ooh, hello outer hip. And then try and work the knee down through the volition of the leg and the hip, more so than just pushing the hand down. Okay, now start to pull the toes towards the shin, and then wing them up towards the ceiling, and then start to point the foot like a dancer, super slow and powerful. Now can you simultaneously keep the activation in the hip and work the foot? Calm face, so strong in the body, so full in the breath. Okay, 3 in the other direction. Slow and steady and powerful wins the race. What race? It's not a competition, it's a collaboration. Okay, after you've done 3, you're gonna reach your arms forward, lift through the pelvic floor, and then try and lift your right foot any amount off of your left knee. Ooh, okay, 4 more big breaths. Can you feel the right thigh bone kind of rotating down to the ground to help you out? Can you feel that full body breath helping you out? Oh, one more big one. Can you lift the ankle any higher? I'm shaking. Ah! Okay, and then let it go. Scoot it out to the side, and then just some really calm, full body breaths as you wag this right knee around. Yeah. Thank you, leg. Thank you, hip. Okay, and then step your foot back towards the front of the space. Stand up again. Scoop your tail, push your hips forward, lift your heart high. And then make some big circles with your hips. See if you can keep a tiny bit of activation in the hamstrings. Think even like hamstring attachments, so your glutes and your hamstrings are working in tandem. Even as you shift your hips backwards, they're still alive. They're still working a bit. And then switch directions. And then notice your breath. What's its quality? What's its placement? Where can you feel the expansion as you do these moves? Alrighty, find one more here. Really press to the edges of your range. And then land back in center. Sit back down. And then we'll finish with a little Abhyanga, self-massage. So pick up your left leg again, and then use your right hand to just massage the center of the foot. And then work your way up towards the big toe mound. Underneath it, small toe mound. Push all of your toes back, and then forward. Find your heel. Give it a little pull, a little wiggle. And then let it go and switch. Use your left hand on the sole of your right foot. Dig in there. Notice if any tension that you're rubbing out of the foot goes into your shoulders and neck or your face. And then work your way up under the big toe mound. Kind of carve it out under the pinky toe mound. Push the toes towards the shin. Really go for it. Make sure you got all those toes in there. And then the other way, point. Let it go, grab the heel, pull the heel a bit, wiggle it around. Keep your breath, as always. Okay, and then let it go. And then take your back away from the back of the chair. Take your hands on your heart, close your eyes, and then find that full 360 breath again. Then let your awareness drip down into your pelvis. Find where your right leg connects to it. Find where your left leg connects to it. Find the base of it. Find the reproductive organs, the elimination organs. Find the glutes, find the pubis. And then just sit in the seat of your seat. Travel down from the pelvis to the legs, the quads, the inner leg lines and groins, the hamstrings, the outer leg lines. And then encapsulate your knees with your awareness, front, back, sides. Work your way down your calves, your shins, your ankles. Feel the vibrations in your feet and the increased blood flow from your breath and attention and movement. And then feel the earth underneath the electricity of you. Feel how it's the same materials that make up your body. And then find a kinship with the earth, a oneness with it, a connection to it. And then thank the earth for your legs, for your life, in all of its variations. Open your eyes, come back to the space. Know that we're not separate and that I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. See you when I see you.